Quran, the holy scripture of Islam, intricately weaves stories and teachings that provide guidance and moral lessons for humanity. Among these stories, the mention of dogs, particularly in the tale of the companions of the cave, offers profound insights into their significance and the virtues they symbolize. In Surah Al-Kahf, the story of the companions of the cave serves as a powerful narrative about faith, perseverance, and divine protection. A group of young men, known for their devout faith, were fleeing from persecution by a tyrannical ruler. Their unwavering belief in God led them to seek refuge in a secluded cave, hoping to escape the oppression and find solace in their faith. Accompanying these young men was their loyal dog, who played a crucial role in their journey. The dog, often overlooked in discussions of this story, is a significant figure. It is depicted as a faithful companion, staying at the entrance of the cave, vigilantly guarding its masters while they slept. This act of loyalty and protection is emblematic of the deep bond between humans and dogs, highlighting the virtues of loyalty, faithfulness, and guardianship that dogs embody. The dog's presence in the cave is not merely incidental, but carries symbolic weight. In the context of the story, the dog represents unwavering loyalty and protective guardianship. Despite the perilous circumstances, the dog remains steadfast, ensuring the safety of the young men. This unwavering loyalty is a testament to the noble qualities that dogs possess, qualities that are revered and respected in Islamic teachings. Moreover, the inclusion of the dog in this divine narrative underscores the idea that all creatures, regardless of their status, have a role to play in the divine plan. The dog's vigilant watch at the cave's entrance symbolizes the idea that even the humblest of beings can offer protection and support to those who are righteous and faithful. This notion aligns with the broader Islamic principle of humility and the recognition of the value of all God's creations. In addition to loyalty and protection, the dog's role in the story also highlights the theme of companionship. The companionship between the young men and their dog is a reflection of the deep bond that can exist between humans and animals. This bond is not merely utilitarian, but is built on mutual trust, affection, and respect. The dog's inclusion in this sacred story suggests that such relationships are valued and blessed in the eyes of God. The protective nature of dogs is further emphasized in Islamic tradition and teachings. Dogs are often recognized for their ability to safeguard property and people, a role that is both practical and symbolic. The Quran and Hadiths acknowledge this protective role, reflecting a deep appreciation for the virtues of vigilance and loyalty that dogs represent. The Quranic narrative and subsequent Islamic teachings place significant emphasis on the qualities of protection and guardianship. Dogs, with their keen senses and loyal disposition, are naturally suited to these roles. In many Muslim societies, dogs are kept for their ability to guard homes, livestock, and other valuable possessions. This practical aspect of dogs as protectors is well integrated into the social and cultural fabric of these communities. Islamic jurisprudence, or fiqh, provides detailed guidelines on the use of dogs for protection. Scholars have debated and established various rulings that allow the keeping of dogs for specific purposes, such as guarding and hunting. These guidelines are designed to balance the practical benefits of having dogs with the religious principles of cleanliness and purity. The protective role of dogs extends beyond their physical presence as guards. Symbolically, they represent the virtues of vigilance and loyalty, which are highly regarded in Islam. The story of the companions of the cave, with the dog standing guard at the entrance, is a powerful illustration of these virtues. It serves as a reminder that protection and loyalty are noble qualities that are valued by God. Furthermore, the role of dogs as protectors is not limited to physical security. In many ways, dogs also provide emotional and psychological protection. Their presence can offer comfort, companionship, and a sense of security to their owners. This emotional bond between humans and dogs is another aspect of their protective nature, highlighting the multifaceted ways in which dogs contribute to human well-being. The teachings of the Prophet Muhammad also reinforce the significance of dogs in their protective roles. Numerous hadiths, or sayings of the Prophet, speak about the benefits of keeping dogs for protection and the rewards associated with treating them kindly. The Prophet's compassion towards animals, including dogs, serves as a guiding principle for Muslims, encouraging them to respect and care for these animals. One such hadith narrates the story of a man who was forgiven by God for giving water to a thirsty dog. This story is often cited to emphasize the importance of kindness and mercy towards animals. It illustrates that acts of compassion towards dogs, especially those that provide protection and companionship, are highly regarded in Islam. The story of the companions of the cave and the broader Islamic teachings on dogs highlight their significant role as protectors and companions. Their unwavering loyalty, protective nature, and the deep bond they share with humans are qualities that are revered and respected in Islamic tradition. Through these narratives and teachings, the Quran and Hadiths underscore the importance of dogs, reflecting the broader Islamic principles of compassion, loyalty, and guardianship. Islamic jurisprudence, or fiqh, provides a comprehensive framework that governs the lives of Muslims, including the way they interact with animals. Dogs, while respected for their loyalty and protective nature, are also subject to specific guidelines concerning cleanliness and handling. These guidelines are not meant to diminish the importance of dogs, but to maintain a balance between their roles and the principles of hygiene, central to Islamic practice. The Quran and Hadiths provide clear instructions on the proper handling of dogs to ensure that both respect for the animal and the need for cleanliness are upheld. For instance, one of the primary concerns in Islamic jurisprudence is the concept of ritual purity, known as tahara. Muslims are required to maintain a state of purity for their prayers and other religious activities. Since dogs are considered to have impurities, specific guidelines are set to manage their presence while maintaining ritual purity. One notable hadith that addresses this issue states that if a dog licks a utensil, it must be washed 7 times, one of which should be with earth. This guideline reflects the importance placed on cleanliness, while also allowing for the practicalities of living with dogs. The ritual of washing a utensil 7 times is not intended to portray dogs negatively, but rather to emphasize the meticulous care required to maintain cleanliness. Furthermore, Islamic law recognizes the necessity of keeping dogs for specific purposes such as guarding, hunting, and herding. In these contexts, the benefits provided by dogs are deemed to outweigh the concerns related to impurity. Therefore, dogs used for these purposes are permitted, and the guidelines are adapted to accommodate their roles. For example, hunting dogs are mentioned in the Quran, with specific instructions on how the game they catch should be treated to ensure it is halal, permissible. The balance between practical benefits and religious principles is a recurring theme in Islamic teachings. The guidelines for handling dogs are a testament to this balance, demonstrating that while cleanliness is paramount, the valuable roles that dogs play in society are also recognized and respected. These rules ensure that Muslims can benefit from the companionship and services of dogs without compromising their religious obligations. Additionally, the emphasis on cleanliness extends to how dogs are cared for in Muslim households. Proper hygiene practices are encouraged to ensure that both the animal and the living environment remain clean. This includes regular grooming, providing clean living spaces, and ensuring that dogs are well fed and healthy. Such practices reflect the broader Islamic principle of stewardship, where humans are entrusted with the care and well-being of all creatures. The teachings and actions of the Prophet Muhammad further illuminate the importance of dogs in Islam. His interactions with animals, including dogs, provide valuable lessons on compassion, mercy, and kindness. The Prophet's behavior towards animals is recorded in numerous hadiths, offering a model for Muslims to follow. One of the most famous hadiths concerning dogs involves a prostitute who saw a dog dying of thirst and gave it water from her shoe. The Prophet narrated that due to her compassionate act, she was forgiven for her sins. This hadith underscores the immense value placed on mercy and kindness towards animals. It illustrates that acts of compassion towards dogs, even by individuals with questionable pasts, are highly regarded in Islam and can lead to divine forgiveness. Another hadith tells the story of a man who removed his shoe to give water to a thirsty dog, for which he was greatly rewarded by God. This narrative emphasizes the principle of empathy and the importance of caring for all living beings, regardless of their status. The Prophet's teachings highlight that small acts of kindness towards animals, particularly dogs, are seen as significant in the eyes of God. The Prophet Muhammad's own interactions with dogs also reflect his compassionate nature. There are accounts of the Prophet being kind to stray dogs, feeding them, and ensuring their well-being. His behavior sets a precedent for Muslims, encouraging them to treat dogs and all animals with respect and kindness. The Prophet's compassion towards dogs serves as a guiding principle, illustrating that mercy and empathy are core values in Islam. Moreover, the Prophet's teachings extend to the practical roles of dogs in society. He acknowledged the benefits of keeping dogs for protection and hunting, and he provided guidelines on how to handle these animals in a way that respects both their utility and the principles of cleanliness. His balanced approach demonstrates that while maintaining ritual purity is essential, the practical contributions of dogs are also valued and respected. The Prophet's teachings on dogs are complemented by his broader views on animals. He emphasized that all creatures are part of God's creation and deserve to be treated with respect. This holistic view encourages Muslims to see dogs not just as animals with specific roles, but as beings worthy of compassion and care. The Prophet's sayings and actions remind Muslims that mercy towards animals is an integral part of their faith. The practical implications of the Prophet's teachings are evident in the way Muslims interact with dogs in their daily lives. While adhering to the guidelines on cleanliness, they also recognize the important roles that dogs play in society. This balanced approach reflects the core Islamic values of compassion, respect, and responsibility towards all of God's creations. The detailed guidelines in Islamic jurisprudence and the compassionate teachings of the Prophet Muhammad highlight the importance of dogs in Islam. These teachings emphasize the need to balance ritual purity with the practical benefits that dogs provide. Through compassion, respect, and adherence to religious principles, Muslims are encouraged to treat dogs with the kindness and care they deserve, reflecting the broader Islamic ethos of stewardship and mercy towards all creatures. Dogs have historically played a variety of practical roles in Islamic culture, reflecting their versatility and importance in various aspects of daily life. One of the most notable roles is that of hunting, which is specifically mentioned in the Quran. hunting dogs are valued for their keen senses and ability to assist in obtaining food. The Quran provides explicit instructions on how to treat game caught by hunting dogs to ensure that it is halal, or permissible to eat. This includes the stipulation that the name of Allah should be invoked at the time of releasing the hunting dog. Such guidelines underscore the importance of ethical hunting practices and the respectful treatment of animals within Islamic law. Beyond hunting, dogs have also been historically employed as herders. In pastoral societies, dogs play a crucial role in managing livestock, guiding herds, and protecting them from predators. This practical use of dogs is well integrated into the rural economies of many Muslim-majority regions, where herding remains a vital part of life. The skills and loyalty of herding dogs are indispensable, and their role in ensuring the safety and productivity of livestock is highly valued. Another significant role that dogs play in Islamic culture is that of guardianship. Dogs are often kept to protect homes, farms, and other properties. Their keen senses and loyalty make them excellent guards, deterring intruders and safeguarding their owners' possessions. This practical application is recognized in Islamic jurisprudence, which permits the keeping of dogs for protection. The presence of a guard dog provides a sense of security and peace of mind, reflecting the broader Islamic principle of ensuring the safety and well-being of one's family and property. In addition to their roles in hunting, herding, and guarding, dogs also serve as companions to humans. The companionship provided by dogs is a source of emotional and psychological support, which is recognized and appreciated in many Muslim communities. While the guidelines on cleanliness and handling remain in place, the bond between humans and dogs is respected for its emotional depth and the mutual benefits it brings. This companionship is not only practical, but also aligns with the Islamic values of mercy, empathy, and kindness. The use of dogs in various practical roles is complemented by the broader Islamic principle of stewardship and responsibility towards all creatures. Islam teaches that humans are stewards of the earth, entrusted with the care and well-being of all living beings. This principle of stewardship is rooted in the Quran and Hadiths, which emphasize the importance of compassion and responsible care for animals. Stewardship in Islam involves treating animals with kindness, ensuring their well-being, and protecting their rights. Dogs, as one of the closest animals to humans, exemplify this principle of stewardship. Caring for a dog involves providing it with food, shelter, and medical care, ensuring that it lives a healthy and fulfilling life. These actions are seen as a reflection of one's faith and adherence to the broader Islamic ethos of mercy and responsibility. The concept of stewardship also extends to the environment in which dogs live. Ensuring that dogs have clean and safe living conditions is part of the responsibility that comes with keeping them. This includes regular grooming, maintaining hygiene, and providing adequate space for them to exercise and thrive. Such practices not only ensure the well-being of the dog, but also reflect the owner's commitment to the Islamic principles of cleanliness and care. The mutual respect and responsibility between humans and dogs are further illustrated in various Islamic teachings. The Prophet Muhammad emphasized the importance of treating all animals with respect and kindness. He taught that showing mercy to animals is a way of earning God's favor, and that cruel treatment of animals is condemned. These teachings encourage Muslims to see dogs and all animals as deserving of compassion and humane treatment. One example of the Prophet's teachings is the story of a man who was forgiven for his sins because he showed mercy to a thirsty dog. This narrative highlights the profound impact that acts of kindness towards animals can have, reinforcing the idea that compassion is a core value in Islam. The Prophet's own behavior towards dogs, including his care for stray animals and his emphasis on their well-being, serves as a model for Muslims to follow. The principle of stewardship also involves the ethical treatment of dogs in their various roles. Whether they are used for hunting, herding, guarding, or companionship, dogs should be treated with respect and care. This includes ensuring that they are not overworked, that they receive proper training, and that their needs are met. Such ethical treatment reflects the broader Islamic values of justice and fairness, which extend to all of God's creations. The practical roles of dogs in Islamic culture, combined with the principle of stewardship and responsibility, highlight their significant place in the faith. From hunting and herding to guarding and companionship, dogs contribute to various aspects of daily life, reflecting their versatility and importance. The principles of stewardship and ethical treatment underscore the mutual respect and responsibility that define the relationship between humans and dogs in Islam. Through compassion, care, and adherence to religious principles, Muslims are encouraged to treat dogs with the kindness and respect they deserve, reflecting the broader Islamic ethos of mercy and responsibility towards all living beings. In reflecting upon the multifaceted roles and significant presence of dogs within Islamic teachings, it becomes evident that their importance transcends mere functional utility. Dogs are not only acknowledged for their practical roles in hunting, herding, and guarding, but are also deeply embedded in the spiritual and ethical fabric of Islam. The narratives, guidelines, and teachings found in the Quran and Hadiths collectively paint a picture of a balanced, respectful, and compassionate relationship between humans and dogs, embodying the broader principles of mercy, stewardship, and responsibility that are central to the faith. The story of the Companions of the Cave serves as a profound starting point for understanding the spiritual symbolism of dogs in Islam. Their presence at the entrance of the cave, loyally guarding their human companions, underscores a deep moral lesson about loyalty, protection, and companionship. This narrative highlights that even in the most trying times, the loyalty of a dog is unwavering, a trait that Muslims are encouraged to emulate in their own lives. The dog's inclusion in this sacred story is a divine acknowledgement of their significance and the virtues they represent, reinforcing that all creatures have a purpose in God's plan. Islamic jurisprudence further elaborates on the practical aspects of keeping dogs, providing detailed guidelines that reflect a balance between their utilitarian roles and the need for ritual purity. The emphasis on cleanliness, such as washing utensils licked by dogs, underscores the importance of maintaining hygiene while still recognizing the valuable contributions dogs make to human life. This balance ensures that Muslims can benefit from the companionship and services of dogs without compromising their religious obligations. It is a testament to the adaptability and practicality of Islamic law, which seeks to harmonize daily life with spiritual purity. The teachings of the Prophet Muhammad provide a compassionate framework for interacting with dogs, emphasizing kindness and mercy. The numerous hadiths that recount the Prophet's compassionate actions towards animals, including dogs, serve as moral guides for Muslims. Stories of individuals being forgiven for acts of kindness towards dogs highlight the profound impact of mercy and the high regard in which such actions are held in Islam. The Prophet's teachings encourage Muslims to view dogs and all animals with empathy, respect, and care, fostering a culture of compassion that extends to all living beings. Historically, dogs have been integral to the daily lives of Muslim communities, serving in various practical roles. As hunting companions, they aid in securing food, while as herders, they ensure the safety and management of livestock. Their role as protectors of property and people further underscores their importance. These roles are not merely functional, but are imbued with cultural and social significance, reflecting the deep bond and mutual dependence between humans and dogs. The recognition of these roles within Islamic law highlights the religion's pragmatic approach to incorporating animals into human life in a way that benefits both parties. The principle of stewardship in Islam, which calls for humans to care for and protect all of God's creations, is exemplified in the treatment of dogs. This stewardship involves providing for their physical needs, ensuring their health and well-being, and treating them with kindness and respect. It is a reflection of the broader Islamic ethos that views all creatures as part of a divinely ordained creation that deserves respect and care. This principle reinforces the idea that humans are entrusted with the care of the earth and all its inhabitants, including dogs, and that this responsibility is a sacred duty. In the modern context, the teachings and principles concerning dogs in Islam continue to be relevant. As society evolves and the roles of dogs expand to include therapy, search and rescue, and assistance for the disabled, the underlying principles of compassion, respect, and stewardship remain applicable. The adaptability of Islamic teachings allows for the integration of these new roles, demonstrating the timeless relevance of the faith's core values. Muslims are encouraged to apply these principles in contemporary settings, ensuring that the treatment of dogs continues to reflect the mercy and compassion advocated by the Prophet Muhammad. Moreover, the relationship between humans and dogs in Islam is a microcosm of the broader ethical and spiritual teachings of the faith. It exemplifies the harmonious balance between practical needs and spiritual ideals, reflecting the comprehensive nature of Islamic guidance. This relationship teaches Muslims to appreciate the contributions of all creatures, to act with kindness and empathy, and to uphold their responsibilities as stewards of the earth. In conclusion, the significance of dogs in Islam is deeply rooted in a combination of practical utility, spiritual symbolism, and ethical principles. Through the narratives of the Quran, the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, and the guidelines of Islamic jurisprudence, dogs are recognized and respected for their loyalty, protection, and companionship. They embody virtues that are highly valued in Islam, such as loyalty, vigilance, and compassion. And their treatment is guided by principles of cleanliness, stewardship, and mercy. This multifaceted approach ensures that dogs hold a cherished and respected place within Islamic teachings, reflecting the broader values of the faith and their timeless relevance in the lives of Muslims. Through a balanced, compassionate, and respectful relationship with dogs, Muslims are reminded of their broader duties towards all of God's creations, fostering a culture of empathy, responsibility, and care that defines the essence of Islamic teachings.